They're going to be talking about before, okay, watch this guy. He's got that little swim move. Yeah, if he goes this way, he's coming with that. Like,
who benefits more from this matchup, Hutch or Sewell?
I think this might be the most important battle of all of training camp, and it's going to be amazing to watch.
Not too many teams have a young, potential future Hall of Famer facing their franchise pass rusher.
Because when you have the elite helping the elite, it's a different game.
You know what, though? I gotta feel, and I can relate to Prague a little bit, but a part of me goes out to those people who are so scarred. And listen, I am too. But you're almost expecting disappointment by October. But you know what isn't disappointing is Sewell and Hutchinson going at it, and we got to see clips of it before. Spence, you were at training camp. Easy was at training camp. Our guy, one of my good friends, Everything King, was at training camp, and we got to see him go at it. And here we have a tweet up. Aidan Hutchinson is making Penei Sewell, by Nick Baumgartner, by the way. Aidan Hutchinson is making Penei Sewell work way harder than this time a week ago. Just knocked him off his feet a little bit with a punch in pass rush that Sewell noted. Good stuff today from 97 and 58. And this goes back to what Penei said as well. Iron sharpens iron. And you've obviously, to deal with a guy who's 6'7", 250, and has technique, I mean, that's something that Penei, it's gonna do well for him come the regular season. But also Aidan, like to face a guy that Neil believes in, who sits in this very chair, and I tend to agree with him. Penei Sewell's a gold jacket guy. Like, this is an all-pro offensive lineman, one of the best at his position. And the fact that they're going at it every day in training camp in pads, that's just great experience going into the regular season. So I do want to get around the room. And you know what, Spence? You can put a poll in the chat as well. And I just want to get the people's feel for it. Who benefits more from this matchup, Hutch or Sewell? And the reason why I'm asking that is because I think personally, Hutchinson, I mean, you, Sam Flannel, we talk about your expectations, 12 sacks?
12 sacks. 12
sacks this year for the rookie. And I think him going against Penei Sewell is going to do really well for him, man. Coming week one against the Eagles, a great offensive line. But I do want to get your opinion, Sam. Seeing those two go at it, how much does it benefit them individually?
Oh, it benefits them tremendously. I'm very encouraged by the fact that in week one, Penei Sewell kind of had the upper hand on Aidan Hutchinson, and Aidan Hutchinson is taking strides and is now, putting some moves on Penei Sewell and, beating him from time to time. It's amazing because they're kind of, I don't want to say Hutch is the Sewell of this year, but last year, Penei Sewell, first-round pick on the trenches, on the offensive line. And then this year, Aidan Hutchinson, second pick overall on the defensive line. And they're both going to benefit from each other so much because Penei Sewell has shown us, especially in the second half of the season, that he is going to be a great offensive lineman. I think he really hit his stride. I think towards the end of the year, he was every bit as good as a guy like Rashawn Slater. And Aidan Hutchinson, he's not proven quite yet, but going up against a guy like Penei Sewell, who's going to, sometimes he's going to, whoop Aidan Hutchinson's ass. He just is. But Aidan Hutchinson seems like the kind of guy that'll learn from it and then go around and make a new move, another swim move, and, beat Penei Sewell from time to time and get to the quarterback. I think this might be the most important battle of all of training camp, and it's going to be amazing to watch.
Here's the beauty, right? They're going to learn each other so much that during the game, right, the in-game adjustments where Hutch is not getting there, somebody's got something on him, and he can go to Sewell and go, I'm trying to do this or whatever. It's more than just the head-to-head figuring out how to beat Penei Sewell, being the top guy, or Penei Sewell stopping the number 2 overall defensive end. It's supposed to be this. It's about the communication that they're going to have to understand each other's games, to use it against the other teams, right? That's the biggest thing too, as these guys become more pros. Yes, in the immediate future, it's going to help Hutchinson more because you're playing against a guy who's had reps against guys like Aaron Donald, Khalil Mack, and played in the league. But moving forward, I'd be interested if I had a spot camera during the season watching these two communicate on the sideline or during the game, because I think that's the team part, right, where everybody's in it together. And because also too, why does it matter? Because when you have the elite helping the elite, it's a different game. right? There's one thing when the elite helps, the grinder or stuff like this to a certain point, but these guys can talk on a different level.
And also on top of that, you saw it at Hard Knocks in the episode, Taylor Decker talking to Sewell after he got beat by Hutchinson, and he told him, like, listen, man, guys didn't go easy on you last year, so don't go easy on Aidan Hutchinson. Like, you went through it last year as a rookie. Give it to Aidan Hutchinson.
That's about building.
It's about building. And I love that Decker said that. Like, Decker he was getting a lot of crap last year, but I love Taylor Decker. And not too many teams have a young, potential future Hall of Famer facing their franchise pass rusher every day in practice. That's a benefit, like you talked about. It's going to make them both better once the season starts, because then you'll face tackles and defensive ends that just simply aren't as good as those guys. So again, it's competition, and this is what Dan Campbell wants, and this is how the team's going to get even better day to day. But I do see comments coming in. 89 votes, 88% pick Hutchinson, which makes sense. I mean, he's the rookie, so he's going to benefit the most going against Penei. But for Penei, though, I mean, they're both benefiting, but more so, of course, it's Hutchinson. Spence, what do you think, man?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's definitely Hutchinson just because he hasn't seen that caliber of talent yet. We've seen Penei Sewell go up against Nick Bosa's, go up against guys like that, but this is Hutchinson's first, test at a guy who is, I think he's going to be, a borderline Pro Bowler this year. He is going to be, top 5, top 10 at his position this year. So to have a guy like that you can go up against every day in camp is nothing but a benefit for a guy like Aidan Hutchinson, who, we've seen do this against good offensive linemen. Obviously, in Ohio State, that was a good offensive line. He tore that up.
Yep.
The Georgia game is different. They kind of ran away from him and didn't want him to get his hands too much on that game. But when what you were talking about, when Penei recognized his move, and he was like, yeah, when he dipped his shoulder, I thought he was gonna go straight bull rush, and then he hit me with that quick rip move. He's like, that was pretty good. He's like, I love that shit, and
well, it's only gonna make him better.
Exactly.
Right.
Right, when he sees that or whatever, here's the conversation, right? Walking out to the field or a warm up or whatever like this, it's the same thing as maybe I go to Proby or Joey or whatever about if I hadn't fought a guy. What's this guy's tendency? Oh, he doesn't like to get hit, or what? Watch, the right or whatever. He likes to come over like this. They're going to be talking about before. Okay, watch this guy. He's got that little swim move. Remember the one I hit you on with? Yeah, if he goes this way, he's coming with that. Like little things like this that can help each other. They're dealing with such a different tool set because they are that athletic and what we hear, right? How about the conversation between the coaches, right? You think Aidan Hutchinson's as what he's advertised, and to a man, he's the real deal. He's the real deal. He's faster than we thought. Oh, he's got that move. Oh, he's built right, and he's got to put the work in, and he's got the pride. When I think of Aidan Hutchinson, more so now after seeing that and not maybe understanding, but this kid is right. Look at what you got now. Okay, the captain of the Wings is from Waterford, right? This kid, right, grew up. He's sitting in the hot tub talking to the rookie offensive kid that went to Memphis and talking about that he had 13, Hutchinson had 13 offers, but everybody knew he was going to Michigan because his dad went to Michigan. He's a hometown kid. He's homegrown. He's just like Dylan Larkin to be able to bring. So he's been the Lions fan. You saw the picture of his mom. If you don't believe it, manifest your reality. A picture of him when he was a kid. You know what I'm saying, in his Lions uniform. So that's what you're building here. So look at it deep culturally. Also, that it means, and we don't know what it means to him, but you got those two. And then you got more of a Cade Cunningham who has the pride of a stepchild like me, even though I'm from across and he's from a different state, but he loves this city and has shown from day one, right? So the three pillars of your three sports teams, man, if you sit back and go, wow, two of them are homegrown, and one of them, we're all stepchildren of this city when you come in and take the mentality of Detroit. But wow, when you look at it from that perspective, man, that's what hit me more so is that this is, oh my gosh, the Lions got their Dylan Larkin. Yeah. They got the kid that, so this means more, it hit me on a different level because I understand, because I guess I'm one of those that grew up cheering for your team that stunk and sucked and you wanted to be, right in the back of your mind was always wanted to be a part of making that change. He's got the ability to live the reality like I did.
Mm-hmm.
And how awesome is that?
Yeah, no, you make a great point, too. Like, on top of that, those guys get it. Like, if you're from Michigan, you get it. Aidan talked about it as well. And watching Hard Knocks, the little nugget I got was going into the draft, we wanted Aidan Hutchinson, Woodward Sports. We all talked about it. Kayvon or Aidan. That was the conversation. But hearing his family talk about how bad they wanted him to stay in Michigan, like, that's something you didn't know. I didn't know. And hearing that and just hearing the confirmation of that, his siblings, his mother, his father, all them wanting him to stay in Detroit, just his maturity, too. Like, the guy operates like a vet.
Did you love the fact that his mom said, if he wasn't chosen, I would have been crying. Everybody would have thought because I was happy where he went. No, it was because he wasn't a Lion.
Right.
That hits me in the feels, bro.
No, it does.